Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. On our poll, Green Purple Luffy was the clear winner, and we've already done our Green Purple Luffy video for EB02. One of the other decks that got a surprising amount of buffs in this set is Arlong, and we did have a couple of requests for him on the comments of that poll, so I've decided let's give him a go. I think these buffs do make Arlong quite a bit better. I don't think they're going to make him very viable, and the problems are that he still sucks to removal decks that can churn out blockers. Decks like Usopp are actually quite hard, because whilst we have a couple ways to rest the blockers, we don't have that many. A lot of the meta is based around removal. Shanks has a lot of defense, and Blackbeard not giving us our on plays is very miserable. Of course, we can spam out lots of bodies, but when they don't do anything, they're not so good, because he can just remove them with his effects, especially Black Hole. Black Hole being able to negate Kikunojo and Basil Hawkins' effects is very annoying. We do have really good aggression with this leader. He's all about the aggression. We've got a good amount of trigger plays, which I think you do have to lean into getting at least one trigger play per game. Just playing out cards feels very fair. So the two new cards that you gained since, well, there's three I suppose, since a long time ago. New is 3-cost Arlong. He's great on that 5-don turn. You can play him out, freeze whatever they played on 4, give it on to your leader, and then your leader gets to still use his leader effect, which is good. And the buggy can apply pressure in some key situations. Also really nice that it has a trigger, so that you can both play out with leader effect, but also trash it with Nami. And I do think Nami is one of the most important cards in this deck. I would not play this deck without Nami. Having that tempo removal is great, and often this is going to be able to ditch a trigger card that you don't need. If you're drawing too many buggies, if you're drawing too many Arlongs, they're great targets for this. Also, Basil Hawkins after the first few turns, he's not amazing. We've got a good amount of targets we're happy to ditch with this, to get the cycle, to maybe draw into some of our closers, things like Django, things like Kurobi, and even things like S-Shark. S-Shark is very good for this, he's unblockable. If you're not familiar with him, he's not really seen playing anything. Arlong's not been good since he came out, but I think he's pretty good here. He also has a trigger play if you have 2 or less life, which is most of the game with a 4-life leader. Smoker's nice. If you get Smoker on 7, you can play him out, restand a Don, and then you can still use your leader effect, which is nice. So the ideal curve with this deck really is just going to be something on 3, whether it's a Buggy, a Kiku, a Hawkins, they're sort of the best targets. Then on 5, you want to be doing Arlong into Arlong to freeze their leader, stop that attacking, freeze their carriage, stop that attacking, just to protect your board as best you can, especially from decks that are going to remove things by battle, as opposed to hard removal like Lucci. Then on 7, you want to see Smoker into a 4-cost to play off your leader effect. And if you get this sort of curve, it's very reasonable. The deck's not bad. But when you don't get this sort of curve, you do sort of see the cracks starting to show. When you don't see your Arlong, it sucks. When you don't see this Arlong, it also sucks. Also, a few of these games, I'm not going to lie, I forgot to put this Arlong in the list. So a couple of these don't actually have this. And you can sort of see the difference in the games that I do draw Arlong and the games that I don't. I had a couple other cards in here. I had the Demonic Aura Demon Style 9/, whatever it's called, the green event that rests yours, rests theirs, and gives 3k. That felt pretty bad. I also had next to Shirahoshi. The Shirahoshi block is a no-brainer. You know what this card does. It's great in yellow. And we often just have 2 Dons sort of hanging around that we can play out with. If you whiff one of the parts of your curve, Kurobi's nice. He's locked to East Blue, but you can play him out with your leader effect and rest a blocker, which is cute. And the Nekomamushi, Kikunojo, and Inuarashi are just your trigger plays, along with Satori, Jinbei, and S-Shark. We've got so many trigger plays. Good chance we hit at least one. And Buzzcut Mochi is very cheap removal, which is good in this deck. Games with Arlong are fast. You win fast or you peter out. Sort of matchup dependent. If you face into a lot of black decks, it can be tough. If you're facing into mostly decks that are playing by battle, it's very good. And this is very good into other rogue decks. If you're playing like a rogue week at your locals, I definitely recommend this. If you're going to a regionals, I would obviously not recommend this. This is not a viable deck for regionals, but it's a lot better than it used to be. Either way, thank you for listening to my yap. Here's the games. Going into Smoker, we are definitely going first into Smoker. Smoker loves to go first. Let's keep. This looks good. No Arlong, but everything else is looking very good. I mean the 3-cost Arlong, of course. Everything else in this hand is exceptional. So I'm a big fan. Nothing on 1, as always. See if he's got anything on 2. Could have a Virgo Searcher. There's a few different builds they play in the Smoker. There is a few different builds they play. Okay, I think we're just going to go with the Kiku Nojo in the first instance. That's a very nice one to get out. Use the card action, deploy that. Nice big body. Can't really be KO'd. Or at least it's very annoying for him to KO. 2 Don, I mean, he could use Kamakura Jishoshi, but I'm assuming this is just because he had nothing to play for 2. Gonna 0 cost out. What did he trash? That's one of the cards. Within the turn. Is he going to kill this on 4 then? So otherwise that seems a little odd. I don't know. Next turn we're definitely going with Buggy. We're definitely taking that as well. I'll take the draw 2 trash one. I'll definitely take the draw 2 trash one. Don't think we're going to need double Arlongs. The games don't tend to go on that long. Django's not amazing either. I think we'll ditch the Arlong. We've got enough guys to play out, I think. Unfortunately, no 3-cost Arlong, but it is what it is. Gonna just go 6, I think, with this. And then we'll go 9, play out Buggy. Because there's a good chance he counters this. He still won't, and he... Well... Let's see if you can counter this, I suppose. 9, lead, use card action, have fun. Do you have 3 cards to give to me, sir? Or would you like to get into 1 life? Oh dear, that sucks for him. He got a trigger on this second one? I think most of his triggers are just power related. Yeah, end the turn. That's not good. That is not what he was looking for. Not at all. But hey, it's what we did. So we can even play out the Kurobi while attacking on this next turn, which is pretty hot. The Smoker is also very powerful. If we can get that down, that just lets us play out a Smoker and use our leader effect, and he just concedes. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, what is he supposed to do with this hand? He's on 6. He can play out Smoker, restand 3. He's got no blockers. He can probably live 1 more turn, but yeah. I guess his plan is to live 1 more turn, then go with Hody. And to be fair, we don't have a lot of counter, but it is what it is. That's how Arlong goes. The games are fast, except when you lose. GG's. Gotta go in Sugar. I know Sugar tends to struggle against opponents that go wide, and we certainly do go wide. This looks pretty good. I really like the Kikunojo. We've even got a Smoker we can play out on 5 if we choose to. I might hold him, her, whatever, for 7. We're just, speaking of 7, we are just going to swing 7. I know he may well have a counter event, but there's not a lot we can do about it. We are the go wide deck, and we will be indeed going wide. So let's start with the Kikunojo. Going to use the 0 cost, sure to ramp up, and the turn. Be on 5. Godfred would be pretty bad because this on-KO isn't live yet. Hopefully he doesn't have that, but likely will. We will be taking the hits. Really just hoping he doesn't have the Godthread. That is incredible. We'll definitely use that. They don't tend to play a lot of blockers, so I'm going to actually trash this with the long name. Satori trigger's great. Really big fan of that. So I think what we're going to be doing is just playing out the Arlong. We can trash one of these, probably the Satori 2k to stop his leader from attacking. So we're going to have 2 Don. Let's start with 5 from the Satori. And he's got no Don active, which is just brilliant. He plays the 0 cost to trash a Senor Pink to ramp up. That's fine. I think we'll now just go 6, right? No, we'll go 7. If he has the Divine Departure, he can play the Divine Departure. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's just going to take. Okay. Trigger? Trigger Rampadon, I'm guessing. They're always trigger Rampadon. Or minus power. Either way, it doesn't use it. We're going to swing in for 8. Attack in. Use the card action. Play out the Arlong. Trashing the... use the card action. Trash Satori. This can't attack. He can't deal with our guys now. He just cannot deal with our guys. He can do the Dofi and the Rosnante. It's fine. Also, interesting to note he's playing this Luffy. And that's not something you always see. He does have the Dofi, fortunately for him. Sends one back. Does have the Rosnante as well. So, despite no searchers, he's drawing very well. Drawing very well, but can't attack any of our guys, so I'm really not sure how much it's going to matter. We're going to deploy this. Then we're going to set one as active. I guess we should have attacked first, strictly speaking, right? But it is what it is. We're going to do 5, we're going to do 6, we're going to do 6, we're going to do 7, play out Hawkins. He can ramp back. He's going to have counter for some of these. It's just one of those things. We know they play a lot of counter events. But like, if our guys die, we get beneficial effects. So it's kind of not the end of the world. And we also have a couple 2Ks here to protect, maybe. Rad Beam. Rad Beam is not what I like to see. But it is what it is. 7. Use the card action. Play out Hawkins. Nice. And he's down to 0 already. And that's not great for him. But they do play a lot of events. We have to bear that in mind. We have to bear in mind they play a lot of events. Divine Departure is going to get rid of Smoker. That's... Honestly, that's not... I'm not that worried about that. Because now he's quite limited on what dons he can keep up, right? He's going to have 3, of course. Draws a little black bears. That's not a very efficient use of his don. Swing 7. 7 where? We have to let that one go. We can protect one of them, right? Yeah. We let this one go. We protect from the Rosnante swing, and then we let it go to the Dofi swing. That's the play, right? That's the play. It's not fabulous, but it is what it is. He's going to swing with the Dofi first. That's fine. We were going to let that die anyway. But life. Interesting. We get a trigger here. We're in an amazing position. And that is a trigger. I don't think that was correct, sir. I think you're better off attacking the Kikunojo, honestly. It's like, yes, it heals us, but... I don't know. I don't know how much that actually matters. He can't get any more active Don unless he does Don minus. The Impel down one would be very powerful. What's it? It's, I can't remember what it's called now. Not Venom Road. Hell's Judgment. Judgment of Hell. Whatever. So I'm going to start with 9. Because Little Black Bears doesn't counter that. And Hell's Judgment doesn't counter out of that. You'd have to use Hell's Judgment plus a card. What's this? Divine Departure, is that? Or is that the one from last? No, that's the one from last turn. He's rested 1... What? Oh, I think he accidentally did this. Yeah, he clicked that by accident, but it actually didn't matter. We just win regardless, because all he has are the Little Black Bears. That's just going to draw in Roger. So yeah, definitely a mistake to attack there with Zatori. It just didn't matter. He didn't have enough counter. I don't know. It's a strange game. Yeah, he's playing a lot of top end. I think this is too much top end. You need so many events in Sugar. Either way, well played to our opponent. Let's move on. If you're enjoying these games with Arlong, make sure you subscribe for more EB02 content every day. Ooh, this is exciting. We were getting into the Red Luffy. The Red Luffy is something I've been wanting to play against. And I'm going to send that back. Buggy, I like Buggy immediately. Buggy immediately is kind of interesting. That interests me a lot. 2 Don, see if he's got anything. Maybe a Nami search. Nami, that Nami's fine too. The Buzzcut Mochi is going to be reasonable. We could just play out the... I think I'm going to play out the Inuarashi, actually. Yeah, I think I want to play out the Inuarashi, because that can drive by the Nami. I like that. We can ditch one of these buggies. We never need more than one buggy in a game, because he obviously has the condition that you have to not have another buggy character. Chopper Blocker. I guess we can drive by that with Inuarashi. Definitely be taking this 7. We know this is not live quite yet. Jinbei's live on every life except the first, and I keep getting it on the first life, which is very frustrating. We do have less life, so we can Buzzcut Mochi. And I think I will. Just get rid of this. Although this does need 2 Don, actually, so that might have been a mistake. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. Never mind, we can do the Inuarashi stuff next turn. Let's attack in 7 on 5. Use the card action, and I think I'm going to deploy the Arlong, and then we will attack with the Inuarashi after that. I think that's fine. Use the card action, trash the buggy, freeze the leader. See if he wants to take this, because then we can like safely attack with the Inuarashi. If he has Luffy, I guess it's not that safe. Yeah, I'm just going to end the turn, actually. I'm just going to end the turn. Because if he has the 5-cost Rush Luffy, that destroys our Inuarashi, and I do want the Inuarashi to destroy... Well, it can now destroy that, or the Nami. We get the choice. Another chopper block. Well, that's the one we're destroying then, in that case. So let's start with the Inuarashi. Attack in 7 on 5. Use the card action. Trash. Probably the Nekomamushi. This could come in clutch, I think, maybe. Nah, let's get rid of it. Get rid of that. That seems good. That seems good. He takes. Let's do another 7 with the Arlong. Arlong. And we'll attack in 8 double attack with the buggy, because he should counter this one, I think. Yeah, and he does. He gives us a 2. And an army searcher. Not bad. Now let's attack in for 8 double attack. Really nice stuff. Yep. Do that one. Give this double attack. Can you counter? You can. 2. He did have 2 2s as well. That's a little unfortunate, but hey-ho, what can you do? So we've got a nice few 2Ks here. We've also got Nekomamushi. We can play that out next turn. Going to be quite good. He's getting to his top end. I'm guessing his top end is things like Dragon. Kid and Killer is also a top end, but it's not live yet, which is a little interesting. That is a little interesting. Sure, using that to put that there. Yeah, we can't really save this. We are going to lose most of our board here, I think. Which is not ideal, but I think next turn we can transition to playing for board. 7 into 5. I think we have to let this go. It's so good. But it's only getting rid of Nami now. I think we have to let it go. I think we have to let it go. And then take the leader swing. And then this turn we play board. Yeah. What does this do? This just rests to 4, right? Yeah, I'm not enthralled by that, I can't say. The Buzzcut Mochi is good. We are not lower on life, though, so it's not live yet. We can use it next turn, maybe. Let's go... I think we're going to be playing out the Nekomamushi here, and I guess we're just going to play out the Jinbei? Yeah, the Nekomamushi for 4, the Jinbei for 3, so we're going to have 2 more. Let's do... Let's do 8 into Kid and Killer. Get rid of that, hopefully. And we do. Cool. Let's go 7 into Sanji. Use the card action. Play out Mata Nekomamushi. Why not? We'll let this go. Draw a card. But we're clearing the board. We're going to have 2 guys this turn. We've got the Buzzcut Mochi as an option. Our life may well be lower than his. It just depends what he does. He's not going to counter that. Never in a million years. Play out the Jinbei and the turn. If the buggy dies, that's good for us. Then we can use another buggy. Weird interaction that you can only have one of these on the board at the same time. But I guess it makes sense to stop you. Another Kid and Killer? This guy's crazy. This guy's such a good card. Use the Don. Yeah, you get so much value here. I'm kind of liking his build. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Out Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, just a lot of aggression, but we've been able to slow him down on his aggression using ours. 7 into lead. I think we take this. It's a good trigger. But I think I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to keep it. Because I don't want to go too low on counter and just lose randomly to like a rush. A rush something. Well, we'll take this. No. No trigger there. Another one. Sure, he's just going for game. Fair enough. I mean, we can just about get out of it. So just as well we didn't use that Satori trigger, otherwise we would have been boned. And then let's see if we can win. Let's see if we can win. Nami not going to do anything for us. We've got a lot of Don. 7, 7, 7. And then big. Let's start with a 7 from Buggy. Nice simple 7. Hopefully he has to take. That will make my life a little bit easier. Okay. So now I think we go 8 with Nekomamushi. Because then we can go 11 with Arlong if he takes. And the chance of being able to counter out that is fairly low, I would say. So I'm going to go 8 with Nekomamushi. Might seem like a little bit of a strange number, and it is. But it requires him to have 2 2Ks. Which he doesn't. Now, yeah. Oh wow, yeah, he had 3K counter. So, not good. That was an interesting game. A lot of hidden killers. A lot more rush than I was expecting. Honestly, it worked out pretty good for him. It was not bad. And I'm lucky I didn't use that Satori trigger, because I was very tempted to do it. Although, I suppose if we'd done that... No, we couldn't have even counted out of the Luffy 8. So, yeah, we'd have got boned if we did use the Satori trigger. Close one. Well played to our opponent. We're going first into Kid. I'm not sure why he gave us first. I mean, I know Kid likes to go second, but that's a little crazy. I think we're going to just keep this. We can go with the Hawkins. Hawkins is very nice to get on the board. Yeah, we'll just keep this. Nothing on 1. We'll go with the Hawkins on 3. Then on 5, we can maybe go Shirahoshi Hawkins. We can go Buzzcut Mochi Hawkins. Well, we'd also have Kikunojo. I think that's slightly better because it's easier to defend in the first instance. Attack. Use the card action. Yeah, I'm going to play the Kikunojo first. I do like getting Kikunojo out. Obviously, she does have that condition where the on-KO only works if our opponent's life is very low. So very low. 3 or less, of course. But I think it's fine. Let's take this first one. Yeah, let's use that. We'll play out the Hawkins. Nice. Good trigger. Good trigger. Not the best, but still good. Still good. We get another man on the board. He's probably just going to play Hawkins and then give it blocker. But, like, that's not the end of the world. Yeah, and he does indeed do exactly that. Just as we thought. Genius. And there's another Hawkins on top. We get... What is with all these Hawkins, bro? That's a crazy amount of fucking Hawkins. Okay, so do we want to use Buzzcut Mochi or Shirahoshi? That's the question, right? What do we want to do? I think first I want to do 5 with Hawkins. See what he does with that. He should counter this one. And he does. Gives us a Luffy Searcher. Then, I think we'll do 6 with Shirahoshi. And he should counter this one too. Or he could take. And he does counter though, so he probably can't make a blocker next turn. In which case... I think we want a Mochi, so that we can get him to 3 to turn on our Kikunojo effect. We will lose a life. But we're going to lose a life anyway, because if he blocks, he blocks. Yeah. Let's get rid of that. We can lose a life. It's fine. It's crap. S-Shark would have been nice as well. But what can you do? Let's go 7. Use the card action. Yeah, another Hawkins. Hawkins Gaming. If he wants to deal with any of our board, we just get great effects off of them, right? It's great. See if he uses that trigger. And he does. I think that's smart. I don't think you're playing out any more Hawkins. Trash is a Robin. Yeah, that card is completely useless because we're already at 2. What a time to be alive. So this is presumably maybe 6 for Cavendish, 5 for an Onami, 5 for a Nami, 5 for an Arouge. There's a few different things he can do here. Most of them end up with him having a large blocker. And if he swings into our board, he could swing into our life. I think I'm taking this one. No trigger. Damn, that's a little unlucky. It's hoping for a trigger. You know me, I'm always hoping for the triggers, but it is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. So we can Django to just rest whatever he plays. It wouldn't be great, though, because then we won't get our leader effect. So, you know, it is what it is. Another Hawkins, bro. What is going on? So many Hawkins. I think we want to keep 2 for the Shirahoshi. Let's just start with 5 with Hawkins. Keep it nice and simple. Because this is really big, it's kind of awkward for us to do very much. This plus this is going to cost 5, so we've got 2 more done. I think we do another 5 realistically. See what he does with that. Gonna go 6. I think I'm gonna go 6 because I'm gonna play out the buggy, and I really want this double attack to be as big as possible. We're gonna go 6. Just gonna block. Okay, so this should go through now. Yeah, this should go through now. Attack. Use the card action. Play out buggy. Give double attack. And unless he has a serious amount of counter, this is gonna take him down to 1 life. Which is kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. Just have so much aggro. It's a really fun deck. Really fun deck. He does take. Gonna use the Hawkins trigger. See what he trashes off of that. Then he's gonna have to take another life. What did he trash? He trashed a Cavendish and took the life. No trigger. We're gonna deploy Shirahoshi. Then we're gonna end the turn. 8 Don is normally Kid turn. But, I mean, he can do it. Trash our life. We block the Cavendish swing and then just give him 1k with the Hawkins. I think we've got a decent chance of just being able to go for game next turn. This Django is going to be able to rest whatever character is a blocker, which is exceptional. Or it can restand our leader. Probably just going to go with the rest of blocker effect. But, you know, we've got choices. We can always top deck something good as well. And if he doesn't go with the Kid, we might get another trigger out of life. Okay, he's going to go with the X-Ray. He's going to go for game. I respect it. I do respect it. He can go 8-10, and we can't counter the 8s. So we're going to need to hope for a trigger. We're all going to need to hope for a trigger. There's always the triggers with Arlong. You never know. That's not the trigger we needed. Damn. No trigger. Okay, so he got us there. Just about. But yeah, that was a close one. I wonder if we'd have won. 1k off. Feels bad. Feels bad. What did he have? He had quite a bit of counter. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. He had a lot of counter, actually. This was a brick, though. Yeah, GG's. Well played. That was a fun one. If we'd got one more turn, I think we'd have had it. But yeah, the X-Drake just got us there. It was obviously an option for him. But, I mean, I guess I could have countered the previous turn when he just swung 5. But I was really digging for triggers. Maybe a little greedy. Oh, thank you. Thank you, brother. I'll see you on YouTube. GG's. Got to get into Red Ace. Presumably this is with the new 6-cost Yamato. This hand looks very powerful. Yeah, we'll be keeping this one. Nothing on 1, of course. We never have anything on 1. Yeah, this Arlong is very good on 5, because you can freeze whatever they played on 4. And then you get a Don, so you can still use your leader effect. He uses the highest point reach to grab the 5-cost ace. Okay. I think we're going to attack him for 7. Use the card action, play out. I think I'm going to go with the buggy, just try and start taxing him cards. Because he's not going to want to take the double attack. I wouldn't have thought. So he might have to just give us 2 cards here, or even 3 if he doesn't have a 2k. Or he has to take. And he's already gone past his leader effect, so no leader effect. 2 cards. Does get a highest point reach trigger. That's a little bit of a shame. Really good trigger, that one. And there we do see the EB02 Yamato. So, as we expected, testing out that new Yamato in Ace. Pretty cool card. I'm interested in it. It is a pretty cool card. The next time we'll be able to play out the Arlong, freeze whatever fella he plays, And then play out maybe the Nekomamushi, maybe the Arlong with the leader effect. If he attacks in, sure, I guess. Modder, why not? To 2k. I don't really know why you'd do that though. This seems wasteful. It's a fine card, but like, I don't know. We're taking this anyway. We're definitely not using that trigger. That's not a trigger I want to use. 2 Don open, I believe. I mean, Red Rock exists. There's... Sorry, Red Hawk. I believe there's a 2 Don 4k counter one. Crossfire, something like that. I don't really know. I'm not an ace expert, it must be said. So Arlong play's looking a bit weaker. Because freezing the Moda doesn't do anything. I think we'll still do it just to get a guy on the board. Maybe? Yeah, I think we'll still do it. Let's go 6 with Buggy. He can counter out this one with a simple 2k. And he probably will. Yeah, I just think the board flood is what we want. Sure, Makino, why not? Deploy this. So what do we do first? We give a rested Don to the leader. Then deny this from resting. Weird. Then we go in for 7. I guess if he has Red Hawk, you kind of get pissed on here, but it is what it is. We'll use this play out the Hawkins because he's not going to want to kill the Hawkins. Killing Hawkins is miserable. It's going to take though. Okay, no counter events. I'll take that every day. I'll take that every day of the week. So Yamato presumably is going to come in, give a Don to Ace. Then we'll have 6-7. We can protect the Buggy, right? I guess he can also do 5-8, but in that case we just take the 5 and then counter the 8 in the Buggy, I think. If that's what he wants to do with the Yamato, anyway. We'll just have to see what he wants to do. Could have some kind of events to remove some of our dudes. 2-cost Fire Fist can remove the Arlong. And then maybe a Jet Pistol to remove the Buggy. Yeah, I can't imagine he's going to want to remove the Hawkins. This guy is really frustrating. Don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. I think this Arlong could be pretty good next turn to just stop his leader from doing anything too crazy. Because he will be at Flame Emperor turn next turn. And turning off Flame Emperor seems good. There's the Yamato. We knew that was coming. Oh no, the Don only goes on leader. Okay, so yeah, we can defend this very easily. We're going to give him the Satori and probably the Nekomamushi. Okay, he's going to make himself bigger. How much bigger? 8, 8. Do we want to save it at 8? Do we want to save it at 8? I'm not convinced we do. I'm not convinced we do want to save it at 8. I think we'll let it go. It's cost him 2 cards, that. That was a little weird. I'll take it. And then I'll take this. And then we'll use the trigger. That's a great trigger. That is a great trigger. And he has no Dons. Incredible. So we'll definitely be going with Arlong here. Do we want to play out anything else? We can. But if we do that, we can't attack with this Arlong. So I think we'll just go with 1 Arlong this turn. He's going to have trouble really doing much of anything anyway. That's going to cost 3. So we've got 4 more Don to play with. Let's start with 5 with Arlong. Start with 5 with Arlong. And if he counters out of a lot of these, right, we can always go into the Yamato. It's always an option. I think we'll go 6 with Hawkins now. See if he's got a 2k. And do remember, of course, he can just trash random events as 1ks, which is pretty cool. All stages. It's going to take the 6, though. That doesn't fill me with joy for his case. Let's do a 7 with Jinbei. Do a 7 with Jinbei. This Kurobi's going to be very nice next turn if he plays out a blocker. Takes. Well, he has to counter this one. So let's attack in for 7. Use the card action. Play out this. Use the card action. Trash Nekomamushi to stop the leader from attacking. And that's just great, because now Flame Emperor is not live. He absolutely needs a blocker. Otherwise, he's just dead. And he's having to trash 3 events. We've won this game, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we've won. You never know. But it's looking quite good, right? It's looking quite good. The fact this only gives the Don to your leader is quite bad as well, because it's can't attack. That's pretty funny. I mean, the Marco blocker's pretty reasonable, but Kurobi being able to rest it is always lovely. What's this? This grabs an ace or an event. Okay, so I guess he can just keep up a lot of dons for events. That's just an ace, though. That's just an ace. I'm happy to trash all this 5k counter. He can kill the Hawkins now for what it's worth. Nope, just concedes. Yeah, like we thought, he did have the Flame Emperor. But honestly, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have enough counter anyway. He only has one Rad Beam. Well, I mean, a win's a win. What can you say? Ace, I know, not the craziest, but it is one that I want to play with this new Yamato. So, hey, Arlong's at least able to keep up with other rogue decks. Green and yellow versus green and yellow. He chose to go second. That seems foolish, because we like to go first. His hand's looking pretty good. We can do Kiku Nojo into Shirahoshi plus something else on the next turn. So let's keep this one. Nothing on 1, that's fine. See what he's got on 2, maybe some amount of Searcher. Okay, Carmel is certainly one of the cards. We could go with the Inuarashi to drive by something. Drive by the Carmel, maybe. Not bad. I think I do want to get out the Kiku Nojo, though, just because it's very annoying for him. Use the card action. Yeah, we'll just play out the Kiku Nojo. We can always go with the Nami next turn if he plays anything very intimidating. Okay, what trigger did he get? I see, he got the Zoro trigger and he trashed the Bonnie. Sure, I got confused there because the Zoro went to the trash. That was a little confusing, but it is what it is. Here's a Bonnie Searcher, not too bad. Reveals a Trafalgar Law 7 cost. That's going to be very nice to get him just an extra turn. I'll bring my mic over. The audio might be a little better now. He picked up the Bonnie to reveal an X-Drake. That's, I mean, that is a card he can play, but yeah, I didn't think he'd want to. I think we'll just take both of these because he's going to be attacking our board sooner than we'd like. What does this do? No trigger on that. Definitely no trigger on that. Take this as well. Shame he didn't get any trigger bodies, but it is what it is. So on 5, we can go with the Shirahoshi and then play out probably the Inuarashi with the leader effect. Or we can go 5 for the Nami, destroy the Zoro. I don't love that. Let's go... I do kind of want to get rid of the Zoro though. Let's go 6 at life, see what he does with that. He's going to counter this. Never mind, he took. That's not quite what I expected. Never mind. Do we ever just destroy the Zoro and just attack 5? It's not too bad. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Let's attack in. 7 on 5. Use the card action. Play out the Inuarashi. The Inuarashi next turn can destroy the Bonnie at the very least. He gets a trigger law, which is kind of cringe. But what can you do? We'll just deploy one of these and the turn. Not too bad. I think we're looking pretty good. I think we are looking pretty good. 6 Don could play Cavendish. Is probably about his best play this turn. But the problem becomes he can't really use his leader effect because he's already at 1. It's like he can use it to pick up the Carmel or the Bonnie. But he can't use it to play out anything meaningful from his life. Or he's going to be at 0, and that's terrible. Bonnie grabs him a 2k, why not? 5 on 5. I mean, this aggression seems misplaced. It's going to take. Not getting any triggers, though. We've got a lot of trigger bodies in this deck, and we're just not getting them. I'm not a huge fan of. But it is what it is. I think we'll give it no blocker, give him one of these Shirahoshis. I think that's fine. 5 for Bonnie, I'm guessing, frees the Kiku Nojo. If he has no blockers, not in a bad spot. I think I'll give him no blocker. I'll give him the Satori here. I don't mind keeping one more Shirahoshi. We can dump that next turn. Blocker Law, sure. Going to pick up the Bonnie, play down something else. Play down Carmel to draw a card, sure. Now we can Ashura to rest this. We can attack him with the Inuarashi to get rid of... Well, it's nothing actually at this point. Nami's not bad. We could get rid of the Law with the Nami to draw a card. If we play out the Shirahoshi first, we will get the draw. We'd have to trash either the Demon or the Jinbei. Probably the Jinbei. That seems reasonable. That does seem reasonable. I do like getting rid of the Law. Let's go 6. Let's try and deal with some of his board, because his board is getting a bit big. Let's go 6 into 5. And he's defending all of these hits anyway. He's not going to want to go down to 0 regardless. Cool. Right, now let's go with the Shirahoshi. We'll go with the Nami. Trash the Jinbei. Destroy the Blocker Law. We get a Nekomamushi off the top. Why not? That's not bad. Then we'll attack into the Law. And then we'll attack into the Law. See if he wants to keep it or not. Cool, he does. Okay. We'll end the turn. So we've now got an extra guy on the board. We've got lots of blockers now. We've got good aggro next turn. We have the Demon 9 Flash. And we also have Django. We'll go no blocker, just give him the Nekomamushi for this hit. And then we'll block the next one, I think, with the Shirahoshi. There's the Law. Fine. Fine. He's back to 2. What did he put on the top? But Bonnie. Okay, he's going to use the Bonnie, freeze the Kikunojo. That's fine. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. What did he pick up? He picked up a Caramel. Sure. Not too terrified by that. 6 into 5. We'll go no. No. So I think we're just going for game here. He has no blockers. So we don't need to use this. We can just use Django. Yeah, we can use Django to restand our leader, right? So if we're going to do that, that's 5. We can put 4 on the leader. So let's attack 5 with Inuarashi. So if we go 5, 5, then we get 9, 9. Or if we don't do Django, we can do 7, 7, 10. 7, 7, no, it's not, it's definitely worse. And we can never play board because we don't have any more Shirahoshis. We did sack them all off. Ikunojo being frozen is a little annoying. We know he has the Caramel. Let's go 5. I think this is our best shot. Gives us the Caramel. Let's go 5. Gives us a Cavendish. Now I think we just have to hope. We're just hoping. 9, no card action. Any triggers? Can you counter a 9, sir? Likely. But you never know. He can't! Whoa, that's a lot of bricks, my man. I'm sorry, but hey, Django coming in clutch. Django, big Django coming in clutch. That was a pretty good game. I do think he would have been better off if he saw the Cavendish. Because on that 5-don turn, just playing out the blocker wasn't great. But, I mean, we had the Nami to clear it anyway. And we also got no triggers, which for Arlong is kind of crazy. Yeah, hitting 3 non-triggers out of life is quite disappointing. But hey, we got the win anyway. Well played to our opponent. Let's move on. So, thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of those games with Arlong. This deck's quite fun. It's quite fast. If you are a player who really likes playing aggro, I think this is a bit stronger than some of the other aggro decks like Zoro at the minute. The new additions that this got, specifically this Arlong and the Buggy, more so than anything else. The Jinbei is just a nice upgrade over Hatchan. But the Arlong and the Buggy genuinely make this quite scary. And this 4-cost Arlong was always good. This card was always incredible. This deck just kind of struggled to have enough good characters to play out. And now that you've got one more really good one in the Buggy, and this just sort of make your curve a little smoother, it has some legs. Definitely not the craziest deck in the world. But, you know, it's good fun. Give it a go. Just don't take it to a regional. And don't expect to win all your games. But either way, thank you for watching. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.